As we head into the holiday season, President Biden says he's working to lower the price at the pump by tapping into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
Biden says that this will be the largest ever release from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So will it work? Political reporter Rick Albin is working to find out.
Joining us from GasBuddy.com is Patrick DeHaan. Patrick, as you know, President Biden is authorizing the release of 50 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in an effort to lower prices. Now, I'm no expert, but it looks to me like this is a one-time effort that won't really impact overall supplies. So what do you think will be the impact, and how long might it last?
That's right, Rick. The market had been pricing this in on Secretary Granholm, having previously mentioned this as a possibility. And at least partially because of that, oil prices are now $8 a barrel lower than where they peaked just a few weeks ago. In fact, because this has already been discussed, gas prices really have already started declining across areas of Grand Rapids. In fact, the Circle K at $2.95 a gallon, really taking the initiative here. That's where a lot of stations could head in the days ahead. But oil prices surprisingly going up after the announcement, due to the fact that overall, I think this announcement is a little underwhelming.
What kind of a lag do we see between wholesale prices going down, if they do, and you say they're not, but any type of relief at the wholesale level, and how long does it take for that to be reflected at the pump?
Well, usually it takes anywhere from 5 to 7 days, Rick, to fully pass along. But in this case, I think that Circle K there on Michigan and Fuller downtown is already passing along the bulk of this. But many other stations are still holding at $3.20 a gallon. Expect them to start undercutting a few cents a gallon every day for the next week or two.
Is there any ability for us domestically to do something about our own production that would help deal with the larger supply issue?
Well, there certainly would be, but there's not a lever that the U.S. president has that can force oil companies to produce more crude oil. And that's why President Biden has gone after OPEC and asked them to increase production, because their oil companies are state-owned. In the U.S., the oil industry is privatized.
Beyond what the president has announced, from your perspective, is there any other relief in sight when it comes to oil prices and what we pay at the pump in the long term?
I think in the long term there is. I think OPEC has continued to increase production every month, and it will do so, or has signaled it will do so, until the year 2022, next year, when oil production from OPEC will be back at pre-COVID levels. I think we would have seen meaningful relief by then. But the bigger question is now OPEC has responded to the increase in the U.S. SPR, or I should say the release, by potentially issuing a veiled threat that it could slow down future production increases. So the bigger question now is, long-term, will OPEC stay the course, or will they reduce the amount of oil they're putting in the market because of this release from the SPR?
How much difficulty do suppliers have, given that here in the United States, this administration particularly, and the big three automakers are making a very concerted effort to move away from using fossil fuels? At the same time, the massive part of our fleet is still powered by fossil fuels. How difficult is it for producers to know how far to go?
Well, I think, Rick, you bring up a great point. That is, everyone's talking about the future, but nobody's really talking about the transitory plan to get there. And in the meantime, consumers are the ones that are losing out because of our focus on the future and not the present. I think the president came into the White House and made some moves that probably were not the best. That is, immediately canceling the Keystone and issuing a drilling moratorium without realizing that we still do need crude oil until we can make that transition. And as you mentioned, all of this focus really on the future, on this plan that President Biden has touted, the Build Back Better plan, to incentivize EVs in the future. But that doesn't bridge the gap between high prices today and how we're going to get to EVs tomorrow.
Patrick DeHaan from GasBuddy.com. As always, we appreciate your time.
Thanks, Rick.